North Dakota Today is live from Medora, North Dakota this morning. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for waking up with North Dakota Today. I'm Lisa Bedeau here with Chris Berg, and we're doing something a little different today.
We are riding a little horse carriage, and it's just absolutely perfect Medora morning. Little breeze, and we had an incredible night last night, huh, Lise?
It is, and it was an amazing night. We're going to talk a little bit about our time at the Pitchfork Fondue and the musical, but right now we're getting a horse-drawn buggy ride. These are going on all the time in Medora, and we also get a little history lesson while we're going through, too. It's just amazing, and beautiful horses here as well. I feel like we're in the Wild West.
I do, too. In fact, speaking of the Wild West, right down the street from us is the Cowboy Hall of Fame. So when you come out to Medora, you can check out the Cowboy Hall of Fame, and our man Dale up here, who is our nice chauffeur, told us, hey, you go in there and you can be in there for days. There's just great information and great things to see. So it's a special, special place.
I love it. So much to talk about. We're going to be spending this whole hour
Wait, can you show off your boots real quick as you depart?
You got to dress the part.
I love those.
We've got a real cowboy up here and a cowgirl here. Yeah, when in Rome, you wear your cowboy boots. So, live in Medora, I love this. We're
after you, madam.
Well, thank you very much. We have loved it so far. You may have noticed 2 extra passengers in that buggy. I brought Miss Marley and Miss Bailey Bedeau as well to experience this. They have already told me a couple times that they would like to live here.
They have?
Yes, they love Medora. They love history, but they're like, it's so beautiful here. And you know what? We didn't have to use GPS to get here. Just straight across Fargo to Medora. How easy was that?
I got to share with you because, you have this idea that, hey, Medora is way out there on the other side, of the state. But coming here yesterday, very easy drive, not nearly as arduous as I thought it was going to be. And then you get here, and there's a certain point when you're driving along 94, I don't know the exact mile marker, but because I haven't spent as much time in the Badlands maybe as you have, you literally kind of come over this hill, and your breath just gets taken away. Because the scenery changes like that. So it is stunning to be here.
You're like, wow, we are here. It is beautiful. And I did grow up. I grew up in Western North Dakota, so we came here all the time for vacations as kids. And my parents still love to come here. My grandma still comes to Medora. I feel like, living in North Dakota, this is just like the gem of our state.
It really is. And I mean, I'm chomping at the bit. I know you want to pause for a moment, but to talk about last night, because when you go to the show in the Pitchfork Fondue, I think you have some pictures that maybe you want to share with everybody.
Yes, well, maybe we'll show some of the pictures from the Pitchfork Fondue. Was the first thing that we did, right? And they even put Chris to work.
And it was fantastic.
The fondue, I thought, I was a little worried because, he had a pitchfork with steak and he stuck it in the hot oil.
So here's the thing, if you've never been here before, and I've asked you to kind of help explain this, but it's really hard to put into words, but to give you an idea, first off, you're up over this butte where the scenery is worth $1 gazillion. I mean, it's just stunning to be up there eating that food. But you walk into the Pitchfork Fondue, and I had no idea this is how they do it. But there was probably, 50 pitchforks sitting there, 6, 7, 8 steaks on each pitchfork. They're just hanging there like this, and then you dip them in the oil, which you're going to see in a little bit later in the show.
Steaks. I was like, this is a really nice serving, and everybody got one. They had 400 steaks, and he said, this is a small crowd tonight. They made 400 steaks. We're going to have much more from our time at the Pitchfork Fondue. I loved it, though. You can't beat that view. Who wants to be inside a building eating your steak?
Right.
When you could have all of this. Look at this. Even just this morning, I'm like thinking it's beautiful.
It's just like it takes your breath away. You've got the church here in the background, the Rough Riders Hotel, which we're going to probably talk more about that later because we do have Mr. President Teddy Roosevelt joining us later in the show, and he obviously knows everything that took place in this town and explain maybe a little bit of the history of the Rough Rider Hotel as well.
Okay, let's talk a little bit more about the musical as well. And we kind of got the VIP treatment. We were able to go behind the scenes, behind the stage of that huge amphitheater and kind of see what's going on back. We got to see the horses, the performers.
And what else did we get to see?
Elk.
Yes, they had these 2 bull elk, and apparently, I don't know if Justin was, giving me a bad time or not, but he says, oh yeah, Chris, they have elk treats up by the Medora sign. So these 2 elk come out before the show, they walk up there and they just sort of hang out and have some food. And that's how you, and the other thing that stunned me, the stage is built into the side of I don't know if you call it a hill or a small mountain or whatnot, but you take an escalator down on the side of this hill to get to the stage, which it was just incredible.
And my girls, 11 and 7, I thought maybe one would fall asleep. They were interested the whole time. So, all ages will love the show. the musical is just
What was
amazing.
your best memory from the musical or last night?
Last night, I always like when they, have the horses up on top of,
Yes.
the Medora sign. It's so patriotic. You just really feel like a proud American when you come. And I have gone, they asked me when the last time I was like, well, it must be 20 years ago. But I think I came here 10 years ago just with my husband, just the two of us. And my girls have already made me promise that I'm going to bring them back again. So it's hard to pick a favorite. The opening act for the musical was just amazing. And then the kind of variety show in the middle where there was breakdancing, roller skating, performers. It was just absolutely amazing.
So again, for those of you that haven't been here, to give you you're on the side of a hill, if you will. The stage can move. There's horses coming across the stage. There's horses up on top of the other hill by the Medora sign. And I think one of the best moments for me last night was they do a great job, the host, and you're going to meet one of the hosts later in the show, but they ask all the veterans to stand up, everyone who served our country. So you give them a big round of applause, and the next moment, everyone stands up for the national anthem, and there's horses there holding the flag, Old Glory, so it's pretty special.
I loved it.
Well, I got to share some with you. I woke up this morning, so there's all these different, tunes in the show, and I don't know why, but I woke up this morning and just running through my head, the ants go marching in. The ants and I'm like, why in the world is this song sticking in my head? But it
should have been a cowboy in
You
my
did?
head, yes, because there was everything, songs that you know the words to, some songs that they kind of made their own, and it was awesome. And I was going to say, so we did work yesterday from Fargo, drove here, did all of this because it's not really that far away, but we have more on our agenda today. We have tickets to go horseback riding today, right?
Ooh.
I'm excited for that. We can pretend like it's for my kids, but you're going too, right?
I'm going to go, I think, on Saturday. I'm going to stick around a couple extra days, and Justin's been kind enough to set me up where I think I'm going to go out on the prairie with the wild stallions and just
bareback,
let her rip. Yeah, definitely going to give it a bareback shot. And then also later today, though, he and I are going to go play Bully Pulpit, which, talking about majestic, this place.
Right.
Have you ever played Bully?
No.
It's supposed to be just absolutely incredible. One of the best courses on the planet. So we'll have more from that, next week as well.
It's just, there's so much to do, and it's so beautiful. We're just going to share really a fraction of the things that you can do. You mentioned talking to Teddy. We're going to get a little more insight on everything that is here on the downtown strip. We've already had some ice cream, and we're right across the street from the candy shop, and all this good stuff. But we're also going to be talking to one of the performers from the Gospel Brunch, which is kind of a new feature here. We didn't have that when I was a kid and we came here. So the Queen of the West, Emily Walter, is going to be talking to us.
Yeah, it's been here for like 4 years, and apparently one of the things I loved, we had Kylie on the show a while back from Medora, and she talked about the Gospel Brunch. She goes, Chris, if you guys come out here, you have to go because you get done with the brunch, and then everyone walks out with what she calls the gospel glow. So hopefully today I'm going to get the gospel glow.
The glow.
Yeah.
Okay. We also have a park ranger who just arrived as well because, the Badlands and the national park, that's what this is too. So we're going to kind of get the inside scoop on some of the must-see attractions here in Medora.
And Justin was telling me, I think this is the only national park, right, Justin, where you can be in a little town and boom, take one step over and you're in the national park. I mean, the entrance to the park is literally, I don't know, a few hundred yards away from here.
It's just amazing. You kind of do this. I want to go there and then there and then there. It's like, where do I go first? So lots of good stuff. Stay with us. We have a great show planned for you. Coming up next, we're going to get a little bit closer look at the Medora musical. Stay with us. North Dakota Today is live from Medora.